alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Lab 3 for data communication. And now I am Wissam Adel Satli, is ID 1085899, and I will be handling the part 2 of configuring the basic RIPv2. So let's go over to part 2 without wasting time. Where is it? Second. So configuring basic RIPv2. So we have the instructions to configure it on the routers, verify that it's running, configure a passive interface, examining routing table, disabling atomic summarization, a default route, and verifying end-to-end connectivity. So this is the topology, and for both users, PC A and C, and the addressing table where you have the device, the interface, the IP addresses, unique subnet mask, and default gateway. So we need to use version 2 for the RP version 2 for the routing of the IPv4 address in the small network. And the resources we require are 3 routers, 2 switches, 3 PCs, console cables, and Ethernet serial cables as in topology. We have the tasks that we're following to build the network and configuring the base device settings. All these steps, testing connectivity and configuration and verifying. So first we need to of course set up the topology, and after that we need to configure and verify the routing of the RIP version 2. So we use the R1 configuration router RIP of the version 2. Then we will be taking a closer look at the current state of the network, and following these instructions we have attached the screenshot over here for the protocol. Then we're given ask questions for the connectivity between the PCs, and it asks for PCC. Is it possible to ping PCB? No, because it doesn't advertise the route of PCB. And then another question, if it's possible to ping to PCC, again no, because R1 and R3 they don't have the connection to the the routes, the remote network, and that R2 has the same cost of the balancing routes as the address of subnet of the 172.30.0. And if it's possible to ping for PCC to ping B, no, because it doesn't advertise the route B, PCB. And if PCC can ping to A, again, no, because R1 and 3 don't have the route to the remote network, and R2 has the equal cost of the balancing routes, again, to the subnet address of 172. So next we need to verify that the RIP version 2 runs on the routers. So we use the debug IP RIP, and we need to debug the IP and then show it and then run it. Use the running command and run it. So running these commands and following these instructions, we have attached the screenshot over here to show the IP protocol RIP, the interface, the routing of the networks, the gateway distance, the updates. And then we ask the question, when issuing the debug IP RB command on R2, what information is provided that confirms the IPv2 is running? What shows that it's running? While sending a version 2 update to this address 224.009 via the serial 00010.12. Then we've attached the screenshot in regards to that, and we use the undebug command and the privilege exec prompt. And another question, when we show the run on R3, what is provided that confirmed IPv2 is running, which is the route RIP and version 2, of course. And then we follow the instruction of D. We use these instructions for the IP route, and we ask the question of debug IP or RP on R2 to determine the routes received on the RP updates from R3 and list them. So yes, we received version 2 update from the 10.22 address on serial 001 of the address 172.030 on 16 via the 00 and 1 in one hop, and there's a screenshot to that. Next, we need to disable the automatic summarization. Follow the steps from A to C via these instructions of the IP route. Following that, we have attached the screenshot for that and the gateway of the last resort, which has not been set. Next, we have to show the IP route. We have done that, screenshot below. And following again for R3, the IP route, we follow the instructions and attach another screenshot. And then another question is asking what routes are in the RP updates received from R3, which is received version 2 update from 10.221 on serial 01 of the same address 172.33.224 in one hop. Are the subnet masks included in routing updates? Yes, they are. They are included. Now we need to configure and distribute a default route for the internet access. Following the instructions of A to B, and then showing the IP route instructions, we attach a screenshot to show that for the IP route and then the gateway. And then how can we tell from the routing table that the subnet network by R1, R3 has a pathway for internet traffic? So we can tell there's a gateway between the last result and the default route, which is in the table. So that's how. And then we want to show the routing table in R2. That's the, as you can see, that's a screenshot for that. We show the route table on R2. Next is how is the path for internet traffic provided in the routing table by pathway in R2 being a static route that is connected to the G0. So next we need to verify the connectivity. And are they successful? Yes, they are. We have shown that they have been sent, received, working successfully, and verified as well. And another screenshot here. Are the pings successful? As you can see, yes, they are. They're showing bytes, time, successful, received, sent and lost, and ping statistics. Now, would we turn off the automatic summarization? We would turn it off only if that this router would stop summarizing routes at the important classified network boundaries. And how did R1 and R3 learn the pathway to the internet? By using the routing updates that are from R2, since the default route was configured there. Now, the router interface summary table, this is just a summary. And